Hello everybody, this is test route number 8 for Hinckley. Just coming out of the car park here. We're going to turn right onto Brookside. This is test route number 8. There are 12 test routes in Hinckley, and these are the most recently published ones. If you want to see the other 11, then you can subscribe, and you'll find them all on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, the Driving Test Wizard. But we're going to come down to the traffic lights here, and I'm going to turn right. So we're on Brookside, and we're turning right at the traffic lights, and that's going to take us into Rugby Road. We're just going to follow this road around. We're staying in the left lane. There's a roundabout here, and we're going to go straight ahead. It seems to be clear for us at the moment, so we're just going to follow this road around. Again, we're going to go past the Hansom Cab pub here. So you'll see this whole route listed out in the description box below the video. Just have to have a look at that. And you can copy and paste it if you want. That's entirely up to you, or you can do whatever you want with it. You know, hopefully you'll find it of some use to go around and test routes. We're coming up to the traffic lights now, and I'm just going to keep the keep clear, although I do think I can get the whole car over this bit, so I'm just going to move forward, and there you go, I can get the whole car over. Quite close to the hillocks, and let him move on. We're going to go straight ahead at the roundabout here, straight ahead. Now when you've come through here, roundabout, I did it again, didn't I? Traffic lights, dearie me. We're going to take the second road on the right, so that's the first one there, just passing it now, Willowbank Road, and this is going to be the second one here, and it's called Clarenden Road. So we're on Rugby Road, we've gone through the traffic lights straight ahead, and now we're turning right into Clarenden Road. And what you can see on Clarenden Road is there's parked cars all the way along, all you know, the whole length of it, on both sides of the road. There's one or two little pull-ins that we can use if anything comes from the opposite way. There is somebody there, but he's giving way to the white van in front of us at the moment, and now it looks like the white van is determined to wait for him. So let's just see what happens. Whether that other person has just parked there, it probably has. It looks like the white van has parked there as well, so we've been quite lucky. Oh. That's it, we've been excuse me, we've been quite lucky there. We're going to turn left at the end of the road. So we're turning left onto Station Road. As we all know, this is where my dentist is, so we want to spend as little time on this road as we possibly can, so we're going to turn right. Luckily. So we're going to turn right here. This is Station Road, and we're now turning right into Mount Road. These test route people do seem to like driving past my dentist, don't they? I hate the dentist. So on Mount Road, so this is different, isn't it? There's yellow lines all up one side, which then keeps the road pretty clear actually. Obviously it might be a nightmare to park if you lived here, but it keeps the road pretty clear, so we're not really going to get into that kind of meeting situation too much along here. Going to the end of Mount Street, and the sign is saying that we've got to go round to the left here, the blue sign, if you can see that on the camera, and so that's what we'll do. Also, as we turn into this next road, it's a one-way street, and this is Hill Street. So So it's a one-way street, so whilst there are cars parked again on both sides of the road, very, very unlikely, almost, you know, never going to happen where someone's going to come towards you along this road, unless on a push bike or something, I suppose, although then they still shouldn't do that. But we're on a one-way street. We're going to turn right when we get to the end of it, and that means we need to be on the right hand side of the road. So we're just moving up. I think this red Peugeot is trying to get past those so it can move into the left to go left. Yeah, there you go. Glad about that. All clear, and we can go. We've turned right from Hill Street onto Castle Street now, and we're heading away from the town centre. Just heading away. We'll come all the way to then. We're going to turn left at the end. Now, the end of this road is when you turn left. It's not standard like you would expect it to be. There's kind of a little inlet here, and so we just drop it into second. We'll go into this bit, and then because there's giveaway lines at the end here, I'm going to drop the car into first gear, and we're going to have a good look over the shoulder and see that it is clear, and then move on. So you're almost looking in your blind spot there again. It's that kind of action where you're looking right over your shoulder there. We've now moved on to Spa Lane. We're coming round here, and there's some traffic. That's very often there's a little bit of a queue here. These lights, they do let quite a lot of cars through, so I imagine when it does go to green we'll be getting through them, even though we're like 4 or 5 cars back just right now. We're going to be turning left at the traffic lights, so this can take a little while to change, and all we have to do is wait patiently. Because we're like a long way back, we can almost take it out of gear and just relax. But now the lights have changed, we're going to move forward, and we're turning left. And left takes us on to Leicester Road. We're not going to be on Leicester Road for very long, because at the next set of traffic lights we're going to turn right. So we just wait here for the lights to change. We're going to turn right from Leicester Road into Derby Road. That will take us past the Mace store, and there we go. We're going to move forward. Now the thing about this junction is you've got to be quite careful, because it's a bit blind ahead of you, and you want to make sure there's nobody going to come around like this learner car before you move in, and we can just about make that gap. We're going to move in there. So be doubly careful on that junction, just to make sure the road is clear. We come along here on Derby Road. Move back into that left hand side. All the way around. There's always a row of parked cars just there as you come around that bend, and we're going to go straight ahead at the traffic lights. Then we're going to go straight ahead at the lights. So we'll be in the left hand lane, straight ahead. You see the way the junction is designed. You're meant to go to the left a little before you go straight down that road. So that's what we're going to do. You can see there's kind of hatch lines in the centre there, or you will be able to see there's hatch lines in the centre, almost kind of turning the car to the left a little bit before you go straight on. So do bear that in mind. You're not really meant to drive over the hatch markings, so keep off of those. These lights looks like they're going to change now. There they go. So we do this, and then we'll do this. Now we're going to go. We're going to follow the road around. It bends round to the right here. We're actually on Middlefield Lane now. We're bending round to the right, and we're going to follow this road along. This, when you get around this next bend, becomes a fairly long straight road, straight-ish anyway. Could be that you'll do some manoeuvres down here, some reversing exercises, things like that, around this kind of area, because it's ideal. It's just the roads are ideal for that. So for instance, now there's one car behind us at the moment, but you can very often be driving down here, no one behind you, and so they might do an emergency stop along here. Obviously they'll ask you to pull in first and set it up, but you might do an emergency stop or something like that. Oh, not emergency stop, can't call it that anymore, not supposed to say that. Controlled stop. You know what I mean though, don't you? Let's be fair. We're going to take the next road on the right. The next road on the right takes us from Middlefield Street into Netherley Road. Just get ourselves in a position to go around the parked cars, although there's something coming from the opposite way. I'm just going to let him go through first. There you go. You can't really impede anybody else's progress, so you know, do kind of hang back, let them come through, give yourself a bigger space. So the road is bent round to the right. We're still on Netherley Road though. Coming all the way to the end of Netherley. So there we are, we're going to come to the end of Netherley Road, and we're going to turn left. And then left here. This time we're going to go past Barwell Lane, carry on along. So this now is Ashby Road, and again we're heading out from kind of away from the town centre into more like the countryside part of it. And we're just going to carry on along this road. Again, fairly long road. It's a 30-mile-an-hour road still at the 30. You can see there's some traffic lights ahead of us, and at those lights we're going to turn right. Turn right here. So we're now going to time our approach here. We go slow enough to let the lorry do what he's doing, and the van and the row of cars there that are either turning left or going straight on. There's a nice little gap for us. We're going to use that gap. So you know, just inch forward, go very slowly into the junction. Don't go past the halfway point, but just look for your space. We've moved on to Normandy Way. Also known as the bypass, I suppose, on Normandy Way, and at this present time it's 40-mile-an-hour apart. But as we go past these signs, or when we've gone past these signs, then it's going to be 60. So we just need to get our speed up again. We can see there's, you know, fairly clear road ahead of us, so we must try and make sure we kind of demonstrate that we're quite happy, quite relaxed about going at this kind of higher speed. We've really only got to 57 now. The lorry in front of us is, we're kind of keeping pace with that. We don't want to close that gap down at all, so we're quite happy at this speed here now. As we go over the brow of the hill and start to go down the hill again, what you'll see in front of you is there's a roundabout, At that roundabout we're going to turn right. So we're on Normandy Way, we're turning right at the roundabout. Just using that brake to control the car as we come down the hill. And we just need to pop the car, once we've got down around about 20, into second gear. See if it's clear for us. Maybe after the van, there's a van coming round here. We'll go down, there's a nice big space behind him. So there you go, we can move forward now. We're turning right to the third exit. I'm just going to come off here and into Leicester Road. So Leicester Road is the one where the old football ground used to be. I don't know whether it's still one at the moment. It still looks pretty much intact, so whether there's anyone plays there now, I don't know. I'll have to Google that later. There you go, so we're on a 50-mile-an-hour zone. And we're just going to get the car up to 50. There's a clear road in front of us, or 50-ish. Remember that the speed limit is just a kind of the absolute maximum you're allowed to go, really. It's not a target, but there again, if you can get the speed up then it's safe, then you must try and do that, really. Rain is kicking in at the moment. You can see the speed limit changes now again to 40. So we're just going to bring the car down to that speed. There you go, we're just under 40 there as we pass the signs. Move the car back into fourth gear, that will help to keep it at 40 or below. The sign now says that in 300 yards it's going to be 30. And now the next sign with two bands, it says that it's going to be in 200 yards it'll be 30. And then, so it's given us lots of warnings, really, that the speed limit is going to change. The reason they're doing that is because it's on a bend and they want us to see it nice and early. We'll drop the car into third gear, and again that will help us to keep it 30 or below. We're just going to carry on along this road in third gear. And then we're going to take the next road on the right. Next right. That flashing 35, that's not for me, I'm doing 25. I think that's for the people behind us. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be clear to go. We're turning now into Stoneygate Drive. And then we're going to turn right from Stoneygate Drive into Laneside Drive. Laneside Drive, not Laneside, Laneside Drive. Quite a bendy road, this one. Taking us along. Little bit of a blind bend here. I'm just going to take my time as I approach it. I'm going to follow this around. Like so. There you go. Just go past the parked car. And so at the end of this road, we're going to turn left. We're on Laneside Drive, we're going to turn left at the end of the road into Barwell Lane. You'll probably see quite a few learner drivers around this part, actually, because you know, these sorts of roads are quite, you know, driving instructors do use them a lot for kind of novice pupils. Excuse me, for novice pupils, people who are just at the start of their lessons, because they're quite wide roads really. The junctions are quite wide and everything as well. As an instructor, I tend to get people out onto the main roads as soon as possible though, just because I think you could be a bit costed really. Anyway, we're going to turn left at the end. And this now takes us onto Ashby Road. And we're just climbing the hill here. Someone waiting to get into their car or across the road by the looks of things. And there's a van here. We're just going to wait behind him until it is clear. Poignant message on the back of the van there. There is our space. An important point there really, just because the van in front of us went through, we can't just assume that it's going to be clear for us as well. We have to wait and make sure, well not particularly wait, but we have to make sure that it is clear, because at the end of the day, you know, you're responsible for your own safety, and we can't just let other people make the decisions for us. We're coming to the traffic lights now. We're going to go straight ahead at the traffic lights. We're still on Ashby Lane. When we go through these traffic lights, we will then be on Upper Bond Street. Upper Bond Street is quite a hill. You go down the hill quite a long way. It's all downhill really. Does this bus want to come through? He does. I'm just going to give him some room there. There you go. Just going to wait for him. And well, let's just see what's behind him. See if they all want to come through. Maybe the green van will wait. Looks like he's going to. Maybe not. So a good judge, and I. And last one's coming through there now, and there you go. We should be all right to move forward now. That's out. Again, the rain's beginning to kick in. We're coming to the next set of lights. We're going to go straight ahead at those ones as well, so we're just following the road. These lights have turned to red. I always think, you know, on your test, on people's driving test, if you do come to a set of traffic lights and they're on red, it's kind of a little bit of a bonus in some ways, in that, you know, you get a chance just to see where the road goes. You can take a breather, you can relax a little bit, and just patiently wait for lights to go back to green, and then you can make your way again. You know, not everything is happening all at once on top of each other, like it can seem sometimes. But then again, I suppose the flip side of that is that you're sitting there waiting, getting more nervous. I don't know. For me, I think, there you go, lights are changing now, so I'll stop rambling on. See these children, are they waiting? They're fine. And we're going to come to the next set of lights, and we're going to go straight ahead at those ones as well. There's two lanes, so we'll choose the left hand lane, and we'll follow that around. And there's another set of traffic lights here, and we're going to go straight ahead at those ones as well. There's a theme, there's a pattern kicking in, isn't there? Okay, so this set is just a crossing, we're just going to go, we're just following the road, and there's another set of traffic lights, and guess what, we're going to go straight ahead at these ones as well. Now although it's straight ahead, the road does bend around just about here to the left a bit, and that's where we're going to go, down towards Sainsbury's, and we're going to follow the road ahead at these ones as well. The road bends around to the right here now. This comes into 2 lanes. This time we want to be in the right hand lane, just because the left hand lane is a filter lane that goes into Sainsbury's car park. So in general terms, you always want to be on the left lane, except for when the left lane is a filter lane round to the left and you're not going that way. So we've gone straight ahead of quite a few sets of traffic lights now, haven't we? And there's another crossing coming up. So we're just going to follow the road through that. It looks like there's someone there just pressing the button now, although we're going to go through. So yeah, so we've gone through quite a few sets of traffic lights where we've gone straight ahead, following the road around, and we're coming to the next set of lights here now. We're back onto Rugby Road at this point, and guess what, we're going to go straight ahead at these ones as well. So we're going to follow the road ahead. Cars turning in, the bus is waiting, it's fine. This brings us down to the roundabout again, under the railway bridge, down to the roundabout again. Just make sure it's clear. It is. Staying in the left lane, we're going through this crossing here. Just gone past the new Greggs, and we're coming down to another set of traffic lights now, and just because we've gone straight ahead all the rest of them, this time we're going to go left. Hey, bit of variety. That's it, we're going to go left at these lights this time. There you go, so we're just outside Posh Pets. Bit of context, we're turning left into Brookside. So you know that when you turn into Brookside, you're coming towards the end of your driving test. We're going to be turning left into the test centre car park. And from this way, this angle, you'll see you coming up to a bus stop. Check your mirrors now and indicate down for left at the bus stop, and then when you get to the kind of pillar box here, just drop the car into first gear and control the clutch as it moves into the car park. Take it nice and slow, just look for a parking space, and we're just going to go into this space here like this, and we're going to stop just there. Okay, that is test route number 8, and hopefully you've seen that all the way through. If you want to see the rest, subscribe, and well, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys.